At the beginning of the movie, we see a girl named Sophia. Sophia was a young, modern, and independent woman who worked for a publishing house and also wrote novels. One day, her friend Nina came to visit. During their talk, we learned that Sophia had recently finished writing a romance novel for her company, but she was worried her boss might reject it. She felt that the world was still male-dominated, and men often didn't treat women equally. Nina told her that if the novel was truly good, her boss would surely accept it. Then she asked Sophia how long she planned to live alone, suggesting she should get married and settle down. Sophia replied that she didn't want to deal with the problems of love and marriage. In her view, most men tried to control their wives, and she didn't like that at all. After saying this, she left for her office. When she reached the building, she saw a woman wearing glasses arguing at the reception desk. Sophia asked what was wrong. The woman explained that she had a parcel to deliver upstairs, but the receptionist wouldn't let her go. Sophia offered to take the parcel upstairs herself since she was going there anyway. The woman thanked her and mysteriously said Sophia would need it. Sophia then went up in the lift, where she met a co-worker named Gustavo. He liked her and invited her to dinner, but Sophia politely refused. Later in the company meeting, Sophia showed her novel to her boss and asked him to publish it. The boss said that thousands of novels were already available for free online, so why would people pay for hers? Sophia explained that her novel was different. It had not only a romantic story, but also photos that would give readers a unique experience. Gustavo then added that these days people prefer bold, modern romance, and old-fashioned love stories weren't very popular. The boss decided he would first read her novel before making a decision. Feeling frustrated, Sophia went to get her things. But while moving, she accidentally spilled coffee on her phone and the parcel the woman had given her. Her phone stopped working completely, and no matter how much she tried, it wouldn't turn on. That night, Sophia met Nina and told her everything that had happened at the office meeting. Nina reassured her, saying that once the boss read her novel, he would surely approve it. She told Sophia not to worry so much. Then with excitement, Nina shared her own news. She liked a waiter who worked at the place they were in, and the two of them were planning to go to Australia together in just 4 days. Sophia was shocked. She asked Nina how long it had been since she met this waiter. How could she trust a man she barely knew? What if something went wrong? Nina, slightly offended, replied that not all men were the same, and maybe Sophia just didn't want to see her happy. Without waiting for a response, she walked away. A while later, Sophia left as well, taking a taxi home. She didn't realize that the driver was the same woman who had given her the mysterious parcel earlier that day. During the ride, the woman noticed the romance novel in Sophia's hand and asked if she liked such books. She mentioned she loved romance novels herself. Then she asked why Sophia looked so upset. Sophia explained that she had said hurtful things to Nina, who got angry and left. She wanted to call and apologize, but her phone was broken. The woman handed her own phone to Sophia so she could try. Sophia called Nina, but Nina didn't answer. As they continued talking, Sophia told her about Nina's sudden love story. The woman gently suggested that if Nina liked the man, Sophia shouldn't try to control her. It was Nina's personal choice whether Sophia approved or not. When they reached Sophia's building, the woman dropped her off, refusing to take payment or even her phone back. She simply drove away. Sophia would later discover who this mysterious woman really was. Inside the building, Sophia saw that the elevator wasn't working, so she began climbing the stairs while still trying to call Nina. The signal was weak, so she kept climbing until she reached the rooftop for better reception. That's when something strange happened. The rooftop door began to glow. Curious and slightly uneasy, she stepped through it and suddenly found herself in a completely different place. When she turned back, the door was gone, replaced by a solid wall. In the distance, she saw a man riding a horse. Hoping to get his attention, she called out to him and rang a bell nearby. The man rode closer, and when Sophia saw him, she asked if Nina or Gustavo had set up some sort of prank. The man looked confused. He didn't know anyone by those names. He introduced himself as Ian and asked how she had gotten up there, pointing out there were no stairs in the area. Sophia told him to record everything on video and help her get down first. Ian lowered a rope, and she tried to climb down, but she slipped. Ian caught her, saving her from a worse fall, but she still hurt herself in the process. Moments later, she lost consciousness in his arms. The next scene opens with Sophia lying in a bed inside Ian's large, old-fashioned house. A doctor is present, checking her condition. He tells Ian that Sophia might be struggling to remember things because of a head injury. When Sophia tries to explain, she admits she can't even remember how she ended up in that strange tower. The doctor looks slightly puzzled, especially when he notices her unusual and modern-looking clothes. After the doctor leaves, Sophia thanks Ian for saving her life. Ian then calls his sister Elisa, asking her to find some clothes for Sophia that would match their time period. Elisa brings them and gently tells Sophia to rest, but Sophia is anxious to leave. She pulls out her phone to book an Uber, only to find there's no signal at all. While talking, Elisa spots Sophia's sunglasses and stares at them in shock, as if she's never seen anything like them before. Sophia still doesn't realize what has happened. She thinks this is all some sort of elaborate prank and has no idea that she has accidentally traveled back in time. Sophia then asks Elisa where the washroom is. When Elisa shows her, Sophia starts to feel that something is really off. The design, the fixtures, everything seems from another world. She finally asks Elisa what year it is. Elisa replies without hesitation, "It's 1830. Shaken, Sophia goes into the washroom and checks her phone. To her surprise, a message appears on the screen. "Your new adventure starts here." Before she can process it, the phone's battery dies completely. Meanwhile, outside, the doctor warns Ian that Sophia's clothing and strange behavior could damage their family's reputation. He advises Ian to remove her from the castle immediately, but Ian refuses, saying he won't send her away until she recovers. The doctor then changes the subject, asking Ian why he still hasn't married and reminding him about the importance of continuing the family line. Ian calmly replies that he will marry only the woman who can truly make his heart race, no one else. Just then, Sophia returns to the main hall of the castle and spots Ian speaking with the doctor. Their eyes meet, and for a moment, neither can look away. The air between them feels charged. At that moment, Teora, a young woman who clearly has feelings for Ian, enters the room. She starts making subtle, indirect remarks aimed at Sophia, but Elisa quickly steps in, introducing Sophia as her friend, who is here to help with preparations for the upcoming party. After Teora leaves, Elisa explains to Sophia that Teora is deeply interested in marrying Ian. In fact, she adds with a smile, it's not just Teora. Every girl in the village seems to be in love with Ian and wants to be his bride. Elisa brought Sophia a gown from her own era, made of fine, heavy fabric and detailed embroidery. Sophia put it on, but not used to the evening chill, she slipped her modern jacket over it for warmth. By now, night had fallen, and guests had begun arriving for the grand party at the castle. Among the arrivals were Mrs. Clark and her granddaughter Valentina. Mrs. Clark spoke warmly to Ian, praising his manners, charm, and success. From her tone and glances, it was obvious she hoped her granddaughter would one day marry him. But before she could speak further, Teora appeared and moved to stand closely beside Ian, prompting Mrs. Clark and Valentina to take their leave with polite smiles. Just then, Sophia entered the main hall. Her appearance drew the attention of everyone present, partly because she looked unfamiliar, and partly because her style of dress, even with the jacket, seemed unusual. Soon the guests settled in for dinner, chatting and enjoying the evening. During the meal, Mrs. Clark asked Ian about his well-known hobby of breeding horses. Ian replied that everything was going well, except that his prized black horse had recently run away. Sophia, remembering the animal she saw near the tower, asked if it was the same one. She mentioned she had always loved horses. The doctor, seated nearby, observed Sophia carefully and remarked that she seemed much better now. He asked what her plan was for returning home. Sophia replied that she intended to leave in the morning. Ian's expression immediately dimmed. He had begun to feel something for her, and the thought of her leaving so soon clearly saddened him. Mrs. Clark, curious, asked Sophia what she did for a living. Sophia answered confidently that she worked for a publishing house, paid her own bills, and had studied many languages at college. This surprised Mrs. Clark, who asked, "You went to college?" She commented that this explained why Sophia's clothes, speech, and manners were so different from the local women. At that moment, Sophia's phone rang, startling in a room lit by candlelight and filled with the soft sounds of music and conversation. The caller was the mysterious woman who had given her the parcel. The woman's voice was calm but knowing. "You love romance novels so much," she said. "I thought I'd send you to your favorite time." Sophia's reply was urgent. "No, I want to go back to my own time." But the woman simply said, "There's a man at that party who can help you. Find him." After the call ended, Sophia wandered toward a library she had noticed earlier. Inside, the walls were lined with shelves full of leather-bound books. She ran her fingers over their spines, taking in the scent of old paper and ink. Ian entered quietly and began showing her some of his favorite titles, speaking with a warmth that made her forget, for a moment, how strange her situation was. Later, Ian invited her to join a dessert gathering in another room, where more guests mingled over sweets and wine. It was there that Mrs. Clark mentioned to Sophia that a man dressed much like her had been seen in town recently, a man named Santiago. Elisa, overhearing, said she knew him. Elisa added that tomorrow, a woman named Jeet would be coming to take Sophia's measurements for a dress. Jeet, she explained, knew everything about the city and its people. "If anyone can tell us more about Santiago," Elisa said, "it's her." The next morning, Elisa gently woke Sophia and told her to get ready for the day. As Sophia stretched and rubbed her eyes, she glanced out the window and saw Ian outside in the open fields, training his horses with calm precision. There was something mesmerizing about the way he moved, focused yet graceful. After getting dressed, She went downstairs where Elisa was chatting with Teora and Valentina. Moments later, Madame Jit arrived, a lively and observant woman known for her skills as a dressmaker. The moment her eyes fell on Sophia's outfit, she looked both surprised and impressed. She admitted she had never seen such fashion before. It was elegant, yet entirely unfamiliar to her. Madame Jut began taking Sophia's measurements for a new dress, and during the process, Sophia took the chance to ask about Santiago. Madame Jit shook her head and said she didn't know where he lived, but she added one important detail: he would be attending the party that very night. A little while later, Valentina approached Sophia with a shy smile and complimented her black jacket. As they spoke, it became clear Valentina was kind and intelligent. She confided that her grandmother, Mrs. Clark, insisted on dressing her up and parading her to every party in hopes that a good suitor would notice her. She wasn't even allowed to wear the clothes she truly liked. Sophia, feeling a quiet sympathy for the girl, took off her jacket and handed it to Valentina as a gift. Valentina's eyes lit up with genuine gratitude. Once Madame Jett finished and left, Sophia picked up her bag, ready to head out. But in the corridor, she crossed paths with Ian, who looked unusually quiet and perhaps even a little sad. During their conversation, Ian learned that Sophia was planning to go to the ballet theater. Without hesitation, he offered to take her there himself. Sophia accepted and, as a small gesture, handed him a copy of her novel. She asked him to read it and share his thoughts. Ian agreed, and soon the two were riding together on horseback, passing through winding paths and open countryside. Along the way, Sophia teased him about Teora, suggesting that since Teora seemed so interested in him, perhaps he should consider marrying her. Ian only smiled faintly and replied that he would marry only the woman he truly liked. Nothing and no one else could decide that for him. He then led her up a trail to the top of a mountain. The air was crisp, the view stretched endlessly, and Ian told her it was his late mother's favorite place in the world. He often came there to feel close to her memory. As they stood there, Ian's eyes caught sight of a familiar figure in the distance, his black horse, the one he had been searching for. But the animal quickly moved away, disappearing into the trees. Still, Ian's attention lingered on Sophia. It was as though, in that moment, she mattered far more than the horse he had been chasing for so long. That night, Sophia arrived at the dance party. Teora came up to her and warned her to stop dreaming about Ian, saying that Sophia could never take him away from her. Before Sophia could reply, Elisa walked over, and both women fell silent. A moment later, Teora pointed toward a woman who was standing with a man, and that man had a phone just like Sophia's. He was Santiago. Sophia immediately stepped forward to talk to him, but he walked away before she could reach him. The dancing began, and Sophia joined in, enjoying the music and the atmosphere. But when she noticed Santiago getting up to leave, she decided to follow him. Ian, seeing this, followed Sophia to find out what she was doing. Sophia saw Santiago speaking with a woman when Ian caught up to her. He asked why she was following him. Sophia explained that Santiago was the only one who could take her back home. Ian warned her that Santiago was not a good man and that following him might make people think badly of her. This upset Sophia. She told Ian that she could make her own choices and talk to anyone she wanted. Hearing her sharp words, Ian quietly walked away. Later, Elisa told Sophia that Ian had actually invited Santiago to the party just to help her. Sophia felt guilty, realizing Ian's intentions had been good. That night, she couldn't sleep. Feeling bad about what had happened, she went to Ian's room to apologize. There, she noticed a painting of herself, proof that Ian had grown very fond of her. As they talked, the mood between them turned warm and romantic. The next day, Sophia went to the castle's library and saw the same mysterious woman who had given her the parcel. Sophia told her she wanted to return to her own time. The woman said that was why she had sent Santiago, to take her back. But she asked Sophia an important question. Would she leave with Santiago, or would she stay here with Ian? Just then, Teora walked in and asked Sophia who she was talking to. Sophia simply said she was talking to herself. On the day of the big party, Ian gave Sophia a necklace as a gift. Soon guests began arriving, and among them was Valentina, now looking more confident and bold, wearing Sophia's black jacket. The doctor came over to Ian and mentioned that his sister was getting married, and hinted that Ian's turn to wed would be coming soon as well. Before long, Sophia appeared, walking down the stairs in a stunning dress. Everyone turned to look at her. Ian stepped forward and invited her to dance, and she agreed. Watching them together, Teora's expression grew tense with jealousy. While they danced, Ian quietly said to Sophia, "I know you want to go back to your own time, but I wish you would stay here." Before Sophia could answer, a maid came over and told Ian he was needed urgently, and he stepped away. Later, when Sofia was upstairs, Santiago appeared and said, "I heard you were asking about me." Sofia asked him directly when he planned to return to his own time. Santiago replied that he would be going back soon. Sofia suggested they go to the library to talk privately, so no one could overhear them. Mrs. Clark happened to see them heading toward the library and went to tell Ian. Inside the library, Santiago suddenly tried to force himself on Sofia. She struggled, and just in time, Ian rushed in and pulled Santiago away from her. Not long after, the doctor approached Ian and questioned what Sofia had been doing in a closed room with Santiago. Sofia tried to explain to the doctor that she wasn't from this timeline at all, but he didn't believe her. As she turned to leave, Tiora appeared and added fuel to the gossip, claiming she had seen Sofia talking to herself and suggesting she might be insane. Angry and humiliated, Sofia stormed out, took a horse, and rode into the forest. Ian mounted his own horse and chased after her, trying to get her to stop, but she refused to listen. Suddenly, a glowing portal appeared in front of her. Without hesitation, she rode through it, and in an instant, she was back in her own present-day timeline. After returning to her present time, Sofia told Nina the entire story, every strange and unbelievable detail. Nina listened with wide eyes, but eventually had to leave. A little later, while Sofia was making coffee, she accidentally spilled some on her hands. The moment the hot liquid touched her skin, she froze, remembering how she had once spilled coffee on that mysterious parcel. The memory pulled her back to that moment, and her curiosity grew stronger than ever. The next day at her office, Sofia decided to finally open that parcel. Inside, she found something that made her heart stop, her own novel, along with a handwritten letter from Ian. His words were full of emotion. He wrote about the pain of their separation, how much he missed her, and how he hoped that someday, somehow, they would meet again. Reading the letter made Sofia's eyes well up with tears. She could almost hear his voice. She could see his face. She realized she couldn't ignore the pull she felt toward him. Without wasting time, she called the mysterious woman who had started it all. Sofia told her that she wanted to go back to Ian. The woman's voice was serious this time. She warned Sofia, "If you travel back again, you will never be able to return to this timeline." But Sofia didn't hesitate. She agreed without a second thought. Soon after, the elevator in Sofia's apartment building arrived. She stepped inside, her heart pounding. When the doors opened again, she was no longer in her world. She was back in Ian's time. There, in the open field, she saw him riding his horse toward her. His face lit up the moment he saw her. He told her that he had waited for her every day and every night, believing that fate would bring them together again. Overcome with emotion, Sofia ran to him, and they embraced tightly. The world around them seemed to disappear. They were finally together, this time for good. And just like that, this magical time travel love story came to an end. I hope you enjoyed this movie. Don't forget to leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments. I'll be back soon with another exciting story. Until then, take care and thank you for watching.